Actually, back in the day, $100 for a good Levi's denim jacket was about the normal price. So
I won out. Like
yeah, actually, you're not doing too bad for the price. So
I think there would have been the denim would have been 3 times thicker though than back then.
Rich, we don't allow gore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're live, by the way. Just
yeah, we are.
Oh no.
Lego gore.
Rich, that is like the saddest thing I've ever seen.
I know. I just picked up somebody's remains, and this was floating around the top.
Oh no!
I know, it's horrible. I've got like
there will be
10 of
minifigs with no arms.
all right.
I've got like 10 of these from back in the day.
All right, I'm gonna guess what set that is. It is. I think it's the shuttle.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
It's got a little red space band.
Yep.
Space,
Top
everybody. Bringing it on around.
Yeah, it's sad, but that's what I got instructions with the.
So we just went live with no intro, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
It's Messy Monday for a reason.
It's Messy Monday. I love it.
Messy.
I love it.
Messy.
I tell you what.
Well, and let me just go ahead and welcome everybody. Thank you all for joining us on Messy Monday. We are just hanging out, just friends hanging out. Maddie showing us her cool jacket. Rich showing us a shred of an old instruction that breaks the heart. And so we're hanging out here. We got Brett's Bills is in the chat over there. Classic Bricks is in the chat. How you doing? Good to see you here. Hopefully more friends will be joining us. And if there's Red Carnage is here. Good to have you here.
Carnage, there you go.
Hopping in the group. Let me just take a moment to tell you that I have to eat my words. And I said, by the way, it would be a cold day in one place before I got on TikTok. Well, I'm now on TikTok. So, and what is weird about that is I have a video that has now gotten 19,400 views. So, yeah.
What video is that?
The video I did of this classic or the 70s space set has blown up. Oh, well, I guess. I don't know if it's blown up or not. But
well, the next thing you know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will go to the Super Bowl.
Do what?
I said the next thing you know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, never have. Always.
There was a 2-for-1 sale for jackets in hell. So
I got Red Carnage right here. There he is.
Red Carnage. There he is.
Nice.
Oh, man.
So if you want to follow me on TikTok, because I know that Maddie's on TikTok and I know that Brick Smith is on TikTok, and I went kicking and screaming because of.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. So it's fine. I mean, it's whatever. But so there it is. I'm keeping 7 on there. So
Hey, but what I can, sorry.
What?
I was going to say that you're doing really well on TikTok. I'm creeping now, and the last time I saw that video that you pointed out, it was probably about 12,000, but now it's at 19. Your earlier videos even have more than 200 views a piece, which, like, when I first started TikTok, I only had like 10, 12, and those are my family members watching. It wasn't like, so you're
Only
doing
people
well.
I know.
Good
So
job.
anyway, that is a place where I'm cheering Lego and all that kind of stuff a little bit. It is Jeff. Jeff, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Hey, Jeff. That's on a live stream. I watched it earlier. He's cool.
Thanks, Julian. Appreciate it. Yeah,
Love you, Jeff.
Jeff's on the internet?
Yeah.
every once in a while.
He's got that professional lighting going on down there.
I do.
He does.
Yep. 100%.
He does. Hey, let me ask y'all, are y'all getting jumpy audio or is it just me? It may be my internet.
It's just you.
Probably is. Yeah,
We
I
got all
think
15
Fortnite
beavers on the
and-
treadmill, so we're okay here.
Wait. I think Matthew has become an honorary Canadian.
Oh, Canada.
This is an English cricket hat.
Yes, but your shirt.
Yeah, but your shirt is Puck from Alpha Flight.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
should I start
we
screaming
all
fuck now and have
In
Chris
the,
threaten to kick me?
The honorary Canadians row there.
Even
You should start singing the Alpha Flight song.
Even I don't know about Alpha Flight. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
We
terrible.
all want to pronounce that word quite distinctly.
All right, we'll move you over so that the romance can happen about Alpha Flight there.
Yep, that's perfect. Thank you.
I'll just stab here if it's okay with you. Don't need any romance.
I was reminiscing on Bricks and Beer about the Robotech Guardians, and nobody was really into that. So
What? Oh man, I'll come back in there. I'll comment with you. I've actually designed this.
the what?
Hang on.
You can't go wrong with Robotech.
I have so many fond nice. There you go.
I didn't design it, but I had to do a gray or orange and gray because I do orange and gray.
Look, everybody, Dana does orange and gray.
I remember that comic book being pretty different from like the Robotech cartoon.
Yes.
What?
Like,
Yeah.
and I didn't watch much of the Robotech cartoon, like the anime, but I remember loving that first series of the cartoons of the comic books, because they were like there was like the 6 different alien races that dig up their relics from under the ocean and whatnot. It was really, I don't know, it really captured my imagination as a kid.
Yeah. Apparently, too, like that, the whole, like the comics, it was one of those things where the comics had certain right holders, the show had certain right holders, and then the people who imported the show into the States, they had their own gig. So even now, like the IP for that, from the storyline to the designs, it's like a holy mess. Like Harmony Gold owns some of it, Bandai owns some of it.
Oh yeah.
The original store, like the American comic books, is owned by, like, it's not even Marvel or DC, right? It's some other off.
It was the comic book was done by Comico.
Yes. So yeah, it's like
what day?
Comico, yes.
Yeah.
But I think it's now under IDW. Is that right, or am I?
That is correct, I believe.
Yeah.
I love all these nerds. They make me so happy.
You guys all got to push your glasses up on that one.
I love all of you.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I just remember this, like the robots and the
We're
weird.
gonna put this one up.
There we go. Yeah.
Nerd.
Before I got back,
I can't remember a time where I've heard so much knowledge about something I care so little about.
Oh, I do actually. It's your last.
I feel like the tables have turned on something.
It's almost like
How's that real estate?
Yeah,
We usually count on you for that, Rich.
yeah, it's Rich talking about his renovations.
elbowing into your territory, Rich.
Now we're just ripping him apart.
Yes, minifig collector, you are correct.
Yep.
And that, I think that was before Robotech happened on TV in the US. It was like Transformers licensed the toy from Bandai and made the toy, and then Robotech came out, so they couldn't use it anymore. And that's part of that whole legal rights mess that came out of that.
The silly thing about that is that when Bandai came out with the toy, Hasbro won a lawsuit against them stating that the toy can't transform.
No.
So it was just the jet form.
It's not fair.
No, it's not. Hasbro's the worst.
It was a strange time.
Yeah.
Feels like
the last 8 minutes and 42 seconds.
Oh, come on. Oh, sorry. Let's talk about Lego. Look, they all fit
No,
together.
I'm good. I'm good.
Can we talk about TikTok some more, Chris? Good job.
I got some words. I got some words about TikTok.
Okay.
Tell me all about it.
Ooh, this whole thing here is a giant glass house. So throw away.
So I don't care about TikTok. As a matter of fact, I make fun of you all for using TikTok by
Thank
telling
you,
them,
I
why does
appreciate
everyone
that.
care about their watch? Lo and behold, some butt clown on TikTok used this mug, this image, me, without my explicit permission. So now there's a picture of Jeff on TikTok holding a Lego box, looking excited. The only place that picture should be is on my YouTube channel.
Can I just applaud you for doing a slight influctuation of the comic book guy from The Simpsons? Very well
Yeah, no
done.
problem. Yeah, his name is Jeff too, so I figured it would work.
Yeah.
That
You
would
could be a
even
Bernie
better.
meme now.
Even better.
You could be a Bernie meme now. Just hold
Yeah,
that
good.
Lego box and we'll put you everywhere.
Just
All right.
for clarification,
Yes.
prior to my reemergence back into the Lego world, I spent the last probably 10, 15 years being immersed into the comic book world and comic book art. So, yeah, my geek limit knows no boundaries as far as that's concerned.
So
Yeah, we're all
I was like a weird comic book. Like I wasn't really a comic book geek. I didn't follow any of the things. Really, I just read the comic books that my foster brother had brought into the house with him. I barely remember buying my own. So these were all just book comics that he had. And
those were Playboys? No.
Yeah. So there's a few series I remember really clearly loving as a kid, and one of them is that Robotech Guardians. One of them is the Secret Wars, Marvel Secret Wars, the original one.
Yeah.
Those were awesome. And another one is the post Secret Wars, The Thing. When he has the option of going back to Earth, but he stays back on the Beyonder planet because he can still transform back and forth between the Thing and him, and it's total sword and sorcery Conan, like dragons, and it's so good. It's so good. I bought some of the digital copies. I bought some of the digital copies because I just love the old art from those Thing comics back in the 80s.
Do you know one thing I just found out like not too long ago about the Secret Wars stuff is that the entire thing, the entire series was written with the explicit intention of selling the toys. That's all it was. It was like a vehicle for the toys, which was kind of nuts because I had no idea when I was reading. I figured, well, the toys just followed, as some sort of additional product to buy or whatever. But yeah, it's amazing that it was done that way, but it ended up being, until that point, the most successful crossover of all comics, right? Until I think Crisis on Infinite Earths for DC. But yeah.
Which incidentally, that's how we got our Venom,
the black suit.
Yeah. Black Spider-Man that, thrust Todd McFarlane into the stratosphere kind of thing. So
yeah.
Well,
good stuff.
And every time now I see like an alternate theory or an alternate story of how Venom came into existence, I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Black suit Spider-Man from Secret Wars.
He came out of like a vending machine in like the Beyonders lobby or something. Like it was really weird.
It was silly, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where it came from.
In the Beyonders lobby, that is the nerdiest thing that has ever been said on this
vending
channel.
Machine in the Beyonders lobby. Oh
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Which really sounds like something you'd find in Japan anyway. So it's all good.
I mean, they were doing.
Only if the suit was used. Only if the suit was formerly worn. Never mind.
Well, I mean, they did the toys because they were doing so well with G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe was a comic before, they were a cartoon, and they were selling toys based on the comic and yada shmada, so they took that approach too.
And you threw on a holographic shield, bada boom, bada bing, you're all set.
Yeah.
Is it okay to yada your shmada on?
And Bob's your uncle.
Yada your shmada? Keep your shmada to yourself.
Okay, so I got a question here, and that's actually Lego related. So hang on to your butts. So what do you think the odds are that when the Bricksmiths, not this one, when the set releases, it's going to be like a massive sellout, like midnight February 1?
So I have a theory on this, and I like to refer to what you're asking about is a new phenomena called basic AFOL. That your basic AFOL is definitely going to go out and want to buy it on day one. So, and as we've seen over the last, COVID has prompted this, I think even more so, that more and more AFOLs are venturing out on release day of a set, and they are in line before the store opens.
Right.
And I guarantee you the exact same thing's going to happen with this. More so in the past. I mean, I would talk to the Lego employees at the two stores when, certain things would come out, like my wife's a big Mustang fan, so the day that the Mustang came out, I had to go get that because I wanted to have it for her. And there wasn't a lot of people who showed up to pick it up. I mean, maybe a few people when the store opened, but it wasn't crazy like when some of the other sets come out. But ever since COVID and the store's been open, any new release, they sell out of it within 2 hours, whatever stock they got for that new set. So guaranteed.
Now the question, dude, I didn't stay up till January 1st at midnight or whatever the Eastern time equivalent is for the online release. Did those things go like did Trouble on Tatooine sell out in like 30 seconds or what?
Well, I know that I ordered both of them at 9 o'clock in the morning when I was standing in line at the Lego store because I knew I wasn't going to be able to get them in the Lego store while I was in line for the police station.
Yeah.
And they wound up going on back order. I mean, they said they were available. They processed in my cart. They didn't say they were on back order, but they didn't ship until the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, things are selling out quickly. And that's also another reason why I think people are like, well, I might have a better chance of getting this set if I go stand in line at the store versus risking Lego's turnstile application crashing because they didn't use Amazon Web Services to scale up their infrastructure for a release date.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's my actual work career right there for a second. Push my glasses up.
But I also think it's because there's been a huge increase in young people getting back into Lego because of the pandemic. We can call this like the perfect storm because of the pandemic. Yeah. There's also a lot of young people who are finding themselves with a lot of free time, and they're like, "Oh, how can I fill this time? Oh, remember when I used to Lego?" And then they get back into it.
We all get off my line. No, I'm sorry.
I think there's been an increase of demand for that as well because of.
And throw in households that didn't lose any money but got a stimulus check, so there's money to burn. Not for everybody, but for some people, like my house. It's just extra money, so it's very tempting. You're like, "Ooh, Ninjago expansion."
That's really weird to me that you didn't have to qualify for that stimulus check.
This is what I was saying the first time around. I'm like,
so bizarre.
If you didn't lose your job, you still get money because that's how it is here. If you lost your job or you had a reduction in income, then you get a check. If you haven't lost your job, hey man. You keep throwing into that pot, you don't get a dime.
Yeah,
I'm pure stimulus. I get. There's no need here. Well, I mean, I could argue there's need, but there's no new need. So I'm just stimulating Lego's economy and my local Lego store. I guess.
I think though, when I first heard about it, I'm like, that sounds kind of odd. But then when someone on one of the news channels was explaining, saying, no, you don't understand. He said the reason why is that this is addressing the boatloads of people who are in service industry who haven't lost their job, but they're only doing 6 hours a week.
Yeah,
because it's all takeout and whatever. I'm like, okay, well then, yeah, that makes sense. Then there's no way for people. You can't get 200 million people or 140 million people to apply. You'll never get it done. So the easiest way to do it is to send it out.
And there's a lot.
Just give us our money.
Yeah,
independent contractor
I need money.
People. So if you run your own lawn care, lawn care's maybe not, but if you run a babysitting service out of your house and you run it yourself, you don't qualify for unemployment under the U.S. system.
Right.
So you're going to fall through the cracks. I had a couple friends that I thought for sure would have qualified for assistance money, and they were like, nope, I didn't qualify under the rules.
Well, that's the thing is I should have been able to qualify for assistance based off of my situation and what I do as a living and how many hours I work a week, and unfortunately that wasn't the case. So the stimulus check was one of those things that I probably wouldn't have applied for had it been available because I still am making ends meet. So yeah, I don't know. It's a whole complex situation. Let's change the topic because I don't like it.
Yeah,
You're getting Maddie. Just stop, everybody.
Okay.
We're done.
Let's go back to spending money on Lego.
Chat. Here we go. Lego topic from the chat. Black Falcon Knights are going to go up in value real quick because the RV builders are going to scoop them up once they hit Bricklink.
Yeah, that makes sense. Obviously, I mean, The blacksmith shop's going to be 150 bones. Those figures will probably sell for $20 a pop.
Hey.
Oh man, I should buy that and flip the
You
pigs
guys-
then.
Five, we got five, we got five, we got five, we got seven on that, eight,
Right,
nine,
exactly.
nine, okay, nine.
The question I'm wondering about that is I was watching something the other day, and there's one guy who's been fairly
I'm gonna find one
accurate
in my
the rumors and stuff, and he said that it's actually that the creator is going to be one thing. He said, but later on in the year, it's supposed to be a lead-in to like a small subline. Like, so that he said that he's seen the numbers and the pictures for 6 sets. So, and I mean, that's the first I heard of that.
It can happen.
Yeah. Which would be fun. That's a lot of fun. And Chris is on mute.
Hey, Moto.
Or he's Marcel thing. I don't know.
Moto.
It's not happening for space. It's happening for Castle. But anyway.
Yeah.
That's why Chris is up.
Sorry, I had to take the dog out.
Get it,
Nope.
Dane.
Massaging the space.
Oh, no,
You're
what's up?
not tickling anymore.
I think I found Chris as an adventurer. Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. He's got the little cape. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Ready to
totally,
go.
That's
Oh,
totally
that
the
is
right one.
Chris is an adventure.
That actually is a better thing. The fig I use now, he doesn't have glasses on, so that actually is a pretty good one.
That's Chris with a pith on his head. Yes.
Hey,
I
that's
said pith. Pith helmet.
Yeah.
Pith.
That's
well,
where it came from, or so help me.
Hey,
Yes.
you can name your chat Pith and Puff and see what happens. So
Is that supposed to be Chris?
Small Paul made himself wearing the other day with this little outfit.
That's awesome.
I love the jacket.
Does he
How
carry a
many
pocket
small
watch
Time
very often?
Cruiser's torso.
It's a little concerning. He's got an axe, but
Here we
that
go.
is
There's Chris's logo, Paul.
small Paul.
The teeth are dead on.
I've got everybody's favorite. Chima!
and Skunkor, Masters of the Universe. Skunkor.
Now you leave that in Canada, all right? No.
It's like the weird skunk tail.
Skunkor.
So
Where
weird.
did the tail come in?
No, Stinkor. Stinkor. That was
Stinkor.
Skin it.
Okay.
his name is Skinnet.
Skin it, yeah.
Oh no, that's going in all the wrong directions.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Are we doing this right now?
Kicking
Okay.
it old school.
No.
Is that supposed to be
Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got Grandma in there.
Flex.
What are those?
flexing.
What are they called? Because I got a bunch of them.
Fun with people.
NPR
Yay!
ugly?
Looks like Whistler's mother.
bendy arm people. This is what I got today.
Where do I got those guys?
What did you get today?
Yeah, you're focusing on parts that I'm not really interested in.
Yeah.
It's got
Yeah,
junk in
yeah,
it, but I
go.
gotta clean it out. But
Get your crotch out of the shot, and I'll put it
Hey.
on the screen.
hey,
Who put that
He had
there?
a nickel for every time he said that.
Wait, isn't he a youth pastor?
I've questioned that many times.
We have standards here.
What? I can say it. Crotch is. Anyway. I don't think any deacons are.
Hey, I'm gonna put a guy's Flickr page up in the private chat. We should talk about that guy and how he builds because he's awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Nope.
Gil will like that.
Mask. Nice.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
Good
yeah. I've seen this guy's stuff pop up in my Instagram feed.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's actually a really nice guy. I've taken the time to get to know him a little bit, and his whole thing is I just wanted to make play sets from the 80s and just make it into a town. And I thought that was such a cool idea, and he's doing really good at it. So
Has he got a YouTube channel? Because I can't work Flickr.
no, he doesn't have a YouTube channel. I'm
Come
sorry.
on, man.
Like his
So is
master
this a mix of like virtual and real? I think.
I actually am already following this guy on Flickr.
Oh, well, there you go. Some of it's renders and some of it's real. Like you can tell what's a render and what's not, which I really appreciated about his page. So
that Condor motorcycle is really good because that's really tough to nail at that scale.
Yeah, it really is. I kind of want. I know that he sells some of his stuff on Rebrickable, and I think that's about the only thing that I really want to look up is that Condor motorcycle and just make it because it looks awesome. I grew up with Mask, so this is like my jam right here. So,
I just sold all my mask stuff off a couple of years back.
I have a like near mint Thunderhawk in my closet right now. So
is that what you call it? No, I'm sorry.
It's all right,
but I'm really not.
Oh man, how we managed the stripe on that A-Team van is awesome. That's so much work just to get the diagonal stripe. That's really cool.
What's the page that you're looking at again? I was occupied.
It's in the private chat.
It's in the private chat for.
Oh.
So that's right.
This is where minifigs like really fall short, though, of the scale of the old action figures. It looks weird to me.
Yeah.
Like I think without the figs, they'd look awesome, but with the figs, everything like that car is as tall, almost as tall as that minifig. Like at the hood, it's crazy.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, it is weird.
That minifigs are weird proportions. I mean, you've heard me talk about that before.
The truck's okay, but not the car.
I like that scale of truck. That is really cool. That's my favorite. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
No
yeah.
Do.
So great.
Do.
That cartoon was on too much.
There we go.
See that? Look at that. Like that's crazy. Just for that stripe, just to manage that stripe. That's awesome.
That is pretty sweet.
The Hoff.
That is a good Knight Rider too. That's a good kit.
As a hobbit.
Don't hassle the hall.
Yeah.
That's super good. That's good.
Yeah,
that's nice. It's very cool.
What exactly is Rebrickable? I just checked it out on my phone for a hot second. Is this people's ideas from sets that already exist?
So it's mostly people setting up their mocks to sell. So
as instructions.
Yeah, as instructions.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And this guy does pretty well from it. Jerry Bricks does it as well. He's a big car builder on Flickr as well. So
is this
Instagram?
It's from that thing that's on Bricklink where you can build the sets on the internet and then it turns into the instructions and whatnot, which is very difficult. I've tried to do that. So if you can do that, that's pretty amazing. But
so I have an instructions that I built in Studio, and I have them for free on my account on Rebrickable if you want to check it out.
That's a
for
skill
sure.
I do not have.
Yeah,
that seems so complex. You have to have the graphic mindset, and then you have to have the ability to build something, right?
Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun. I like it.
The old Lego Digital Designer actually had a really fairly decent dumbed down way of making instructions because it would actually just build it from the bottom up.
Yep.
Where in Studio you have to set the steps, so it really does make you have to think as you're building it digitally to create those steps. So
Interesting.
It's a very powerful program.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
absolutely. Can't talk enough about it. It's awesome.
He even did the kit Super Pursuit with that stupid battering ram out front and the pop up spoiler at the back. And
Super Pursuit mode is very important, Gil.
Oh man, I need that for my car.
Wait, you don't have it?
Yeah, I know. I had to scale back.
His turtle van is pretty cool too. The party wagon.
So is that what do they call it? I don't know. I don't know my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. Well, the big round thing with the eyeball on the top.
The Technodrome.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, his Ironhide that he made. That's really good.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a transformer. Duh. That's not a logo. Never mind.
You were fooled.
I was this guy.
How dare you?
What a jerk. Anyway,
just-
Well, he's got the tactical battle platform for Mark here.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, man, this is a lot of work. This is like tons and tons. Oh, Centurions. That's pretty
Super
cool.
cute scale on those things. It's
Yeah.
I like it.
You see,
there.
holy cow.
I like the 18 van transformer there. That's awesome.
yeah, the Clubber. That's a great name for it.
Yeah.
A la Clubber Lang.
That's right. Cool stuff.
Yeah, man, that's an extensive portfolio. Brave Star too. Holy smokes!
Oh wow. Masters of the Universe.
That's awesome.
Oh, and for Chris, Snarf.
Snarf! Wait a minute, there was a Snarf. Go back to Snarf.
Snarf, snarf.
Where is? I don't know. I don't think that was on my screen. I think it's
Oh, the old 18 van. He's like iterations of it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Seeing the old.
There's a robot. Robot.
RoboCop.
Yeah, up to over 3.
Smurfs.
The Gidjo stuff.
Oh, good show stuff. Yeah.
And Gem of the Holograms. Okay, it's perfect.
We know until you actually watch Jim. You turned it over there all the time to Marvel.
Oh, I used to watch it, but I don't know what you got here. It was the only thing on, like from after like Bigfoot and the Monster Machines and something else. That was it.
For us, it was GI Joe, the Transformers, and Gem and the Holograms back to back. So, you know, you got done watching GI Joe and Transformers, you might have to stick around for Gem and the Holograms.
I think and that was like weekdays or weekends.
I think weekdays.
Yeah, for us weekdays, and they started out with like it was Thundercats, GI Joe, Transformers.
This is kind of creeping me out, guys. This Chima Lion-O is kind of weird. I don't know about this.
I like it.
It's got the eyes. Of the
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's creeping me out is that man at arms. He looks like he wants you to help him with speakers in the back of his van.
There it is. Hey, marshals.
That's cool. That's hilarious. He uses the Guardians of the Galaxy. I never realized those guns do look like the old Brave Star ones.
This is Gil's personal favorite right here.
Old Slaughter. God, I hated that character even as a kid so much.
Send off your.
What is really strange is last week Paul was here and he was watching the old Super Mario Brothers TV show cartoon thing, and Sergeant Slaughter showed up as a guest on that show. It was really bizarre.
That's weird.
That show was really strange. It was something that they kind of had to throw together whatever, because Super Mario was really popular at the time, but it was before it had any kind of a story.
Yeah.
So it was, because we're talking about the Nintendo graphics from the 80s. So it was like they just made stuff up to put on this show. It was like
that was the greatest show on earth.
It was
it's like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like how much LSD was involved in the making of that show. Holy smokes.
It's like literally
nuts and nuts.
Like how could you have a 20-minute conversation with a talking chair?
Wait, you don't do that?
Julian, I don't know what they gave you in the hospital, but I don't think they stopped.
No, I don't think
Serpentor.
Here he is, Gil. There's your hero.
That's right. Just like my tattoo. Beautiful. And then you are on the left, Mark, with your suspenders and bare chest cape.
Oh, look. There's Matthew with his parrot.
Yar.
Go, Joe.
Hey, mateys.
Yeah, we got some fun stuff in here. Oh wait, that was random. Okay.
Of course, now we're gonna have to go find this guy and actually have him on the show.
Right?
Oh yeah, I
It's
think
probably
so.
in the chat already.
Yeah, Jeff. If you know that guy, get us our. Let's have him on.
Jeff has given up on this stream.
Jeff left.
He
No,
got
Jeff went to go find him.
Oh man, the dog. ate that.
Oh, it's right down the street. Let me go down and knock on his door.
He's in his car right now, like driving down the street. Hey,
You see him get plopped down the gag barely. You see it coming off the screen. He's got it. Oh, man.
Oh my gosh, Rick Smith has the Bernie Sanders with his mittens. It's so funny.
Yeah, Kevin drew that on his thing the other day. I'll send you a copy of that, buddy.
Can I ask a question? I know we're not supposed to get political, but is it? I mean, does anybody really find it funny?
Yes, it's hilarious.
Fine.
Well, I think it's great because it shows Bernie's true character as a politician. Like, he doesn't care what he looks like. What matters to him is actually getting work done, right? So, like,
Staying warm.
Yeah, I'm
Staying
staying
warm.
warm.
Stay warm. Yes.
That's why he's gotten so many things passed, right?
Oh,
I just like that he's a grumpy old man and he doesn't care. I'm a grumpy old man. I don't care. So
Okay, so it appeals to grumpy old man guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
be this guy.
You must not be part of the club.
Well, I'm the svelte one, so as Marcus pointed out, I lack some of OGB's main qualities.
You're on your way. You're just not there yet.
Yeah.
As a meme, it's actually really kind of wholesome because it's just a guy sitting in a chair trying to stay warm.
Yeah.
And the mittens were made for him by a school teacher in Vermont who made them out of recycled material. And once the meme took off and got popular, Bernie took the photo of it, put it on a sweatshirt, sold it through a website, and all the proceeds go to charity. So it's like, it is 100% wholesome. Like, there's nothing bad about any of it, and there's nothing mean about any of it. It's just funny.
Okay. You think it's wholesome,
And,
but
and
the mittens are
technically,
made
Bernie's
from,
an independent, so it doesn't really matter.
no, the mittens are made from recycled children. If they're not from recycled goods, it's not
Yeah.
Recycled children.
recycled.
Matt, Instagram,
That's why they're green.
Maddie,
Hey, I just realized something.
The thing
sorry.
I like about it is that
Instagram.
it's such
I sent it to you.
so physically expressive. Like his crossed arms, he's
Yeah,
leaning back in the chair. Like to me, it has absolutely nothing to do with what his policies are. It's a guy in a chair who looks either cold or bored out of his mind.
Yeah.
But he's there. So like the one that I liked that literally made me laugh out loud was the Bernie in the chair, and it goes, this meeting could have been an email.
Yes.
Well, and he's got like he's got the postal envelope in one of the photos. Like, like after
He's
this,
on
I
his
gotta
way
go to the
somewhere.
post office.
He sat on it. He put it down on his chair and then he sat on it
Is that
during
what
inauguration.
I think also too the reason why red resonates so much is that no matter where your politics lie, whether or not you think that this is like a great day or
It's
maybe
Magnus.
it's like
Magnus.
or maybe you think it's like a terrible day. Here's someone who doesn't care by the way he looks either way, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's part of what makes.
Yeah, I think at this point,
Our
That's
friend
nice.
Magnus.
I think Bernie Sanders is now a spirit animal.
By the way, I guess you guys who follow Magnus on Facebook know that from his trip he came back with COVID.
Yeah.
Poor guy. I mean, he's fine. He's fine.
He had to go to Norway to get it.
Oh,
Is that where we left it?
and chances are because he got tested all the way along, so
Yeah.
chances are he picked it up at Washington Airport or in.
I think
Maybe
he
he
got it
got
on
it
the
at the
back.
duty free store.
Yeah. But yeah, I think
Magnus, if you're listening, we do hope you are fine. I think you reported that you are.
I need that flag.
Do what?
I need that flag.
Oh, this?
Yeah, I need that flag.
What happened to it? Oh my gosh!
I don't need that flag. Never mind. I need one in better shape that looks like it.
Did you fish that out of the
I fished this out of the stuff.
What?
This is stuff I fished out of the stuff.
I think that passed through a cat's colon first.
It might have. I don't know. It is in pretty bad shape, but it's nice enough.
Did this come out of your backyard or your carpet or something before you left?
No. It came out of this box of stuff.
That you found in the hotel
Everything
room?
that you see here, right here, came out of this box I just got today.
It looks fabulous.
I mean, I've got a classic space sticker flag.
A one-armed pirate sitting on a Lego Rado door. That's nice.
See, and a bendy arm guy.
Hey, I just realized something with Maddie and Pablo up here. I'm no longer the youngest guy here at 38.
What?
I'm no longer the youngest person here.
What?
Or a
So
guy.
am I the youngest one and also not a guy?
Yeah, I think that might be true.
Oh no.
Well, you
I'm
take
so
over.
happy.
Okay,
Take
wait,
over for Brian. We needed somebody to take over for Brian. So
Don't
true.
Yeah.
don't
You're-
let
you're
your
Ryan
young kid friends
2.0.
hang out with us.
Maddie,
Yeah, what?
would you reveal your age and see how many people in this room could be old enough to be your dad? That would be
Well, wait. Do you want me to guess who could be my dad and who could be my dad?
let's do a game.
Well, let me just
This
go
is a
around the room
terrible
really quick.
game.
It's a terrible game because I just found out I was a great grandfather last weekend.
Oh,
Oh.
man.
You win.
Well, he just gave away his possibilities right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That's the kind of news we want. Don't hold
yeah,
out on this.
that's the hard hitting news that everybody needs.
all right. So,
Oh,
good. Let's go around.
It's
Maddie,
so much more
do you
exciting
think-
than
Obviously, he could be your
not,
granddad.
not my dad. He could be
Okay.
my grandfather for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We just found out that he's not.
No, he could not be my dad because he would have been 8 years old to whatever conceive me at the time. So I think
Wait, here we go.
possibly, but you still look pretty young, so I don't
Take the hat off.
so.
Take the hat off.
But it could be a beard. Well, people have beards to hide their true age, so you
and
know.
just for men hair dye too.
No, definitely could not be my dad. You look like you could be my brother.
Or sister.
I
It's the
appreciate
soccer.
that. I appreciate
I don't
that.
even know how old Proud Love is.
Definitely could possibly be my dad. You look about to be my dad's
Hello,
age.
Canadian Gray.
Oh, this is great.
You said possibly, but you didn't say want to. All right, here we go. Let's-
You could definitely be my dad. You are
Definitely.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely.
But he's the cool hip dad with the earring.
Yes, for sure.
What's going on, youth?
We already know that Rick Smith would be my dad, and I think we would be a good father-daughter team.
No, Maddie, we didn't say. My wife is 30.
Oh, that's right. But you still could be my dad, technically, right?
It
Yeah.
happened.
In a weird, creepy sort of way. Sure, yeah.
This this whole
Oh, for
thing
sure.
is creepy.
Dad, yep, my dad.
This castle
And,
piece could be your
yeah,
dad.
we are definitely. Yep, you could be my dad as well. Yep, for sure.
We just
So
played
The
this
castle
game, by
piece
the
could
way.
be your dad.
50%. The castle piece could be my dad.
It's old enough to be your dad. This
It
could
is
be
your
castle piece.
Spaceman you had in the classic red spaceman you had in your hand earlier. could be your dad.
All right,
That's
Maddie,
cute.
are you gonna tell us how old you are by any chance?
Yeah, I'm 30. I'm 30.
30.
I repeat,
So
I
sad.
repeat,
Okay.
my wife is 30.
I would like to point something out that Rick Smith is married to a 30-year-old, right? That's 12 years younger than me. I am married to a 25-year-old, which is also 12 years younger than I am. Former corrections officers still got it, baby.
Okay.
Woo.
Ironically,
It's getting weirder and weirder.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Go ahead.
I would have had to have gotten my girlfriend in high school pregnant for you to be my daughter.
Yeah, same.
Oh, whoops.
Same here.
Okay. All right.
Dana? No.
Okay.
So you were
Okay.
born 89, 90, is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Too much
for sure.
information.
Yeah.
Too much information.
Yeah, that's a little TMI. Yep. Okay,
Wait,
guys.
Dana? TMI? Really?
Well, thanks for being my Lego dads.
Did you not watch the show before joining the stream to know what can come out of this portion of the stream?
No, I was forewarned. You know, I have four brothers. Nothing surprises me. Nothing
She was
surprises
told this was the safe stream.
because of the youth pastor. And look at what happened. okay, we're good. We're good.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think Dana and I are the same age. Like I'm not quite 47.
Yeah, I
okay.
just turned 48 last year.
Don't they look
Apologies, then.
old?
My actual dad is 56.
And Chris is like way older than I am.
Yeah.
Way older.
He's only a couple years younger than me.
I am a month and a half south of 50. So
who do you think is the oldest here?
But we just
Well,
we
Rich.
figured that out.
Rich.
It's gotta be Rich.
Yeah, it's got to be Rich.
It could be me. I'm only 58.
Oh yeah, it's totally Rich.
Yeah, it's Rich.
Totally rich.
Well, it's nothing to do with perception. It's you're a great grandfather. You're a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It doesn't get any more obvious than that.
But, like, did
Yeah,
you
yeah,
ever? Did you
I
ever?
understand. No remorse or recrimination. Okay. I'll take it. I'll own that.
Like ever think that would ever happen in your lifetime? Because I could not. I don't have any kids myself, but I could not imagine being a great
I knew that I'd be a grandfather. I just didn't think that it would be great grandfather so soon. So
But these things are not in our control.
that's correct. That is correct, Gil. They are not in my control. What I can control is right here.
Yes.
To some degree.
Yeah, to some degree. That's a good disclaimer.
Yeah.
Well, time is a predator stalking its prey.
Yeah, that's one of the things you learn as you get older.
Oh, it was the fire in which we all burned.
Ooh, I found more.
Can we do any more
grandkids
Star
or
Trek?
what?
Can we
Oh,
do any more Star
partial.
Trek quotes or no? Okay.
So who do you think is the second oldest?
Matt, I totally thought you were going to ask.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
I don't
I don't play this game anymore.
I don't want to play
Chris.
this game anymore.
It's
It was a
obviously
terrible
Jeff.
game to
Wait,
start with.
you
It's
say-
obviously Jeff.
Wait, this way?
Yeah.
Really? Really? No.
I'm second oldest.
Are you? Oh, that's right. You're older than me, right?
I'm slightly older than you. I'm already 50.
Oh.
Good.
50.
Oh, man.
I will take the bronze. I will
just wanna
take the
say you
bronze in
made
this
my
event
day.
every time. Thank you.
I'm
You made
glad
my
I
day
made
by
your
saying that
day.
maybe I was old enough to be your dad. So thank you.
Maybe.
But it's no fair because Matt's wearing a hat. Like Robert Carroll is not.
Yeah,
Go
right.
back
He's
and
got a
dress
beard
up
too.
just with the
A
beard
beard.
hat.
There you
Hold
go.
on a second. Hold on a second. Where did this come from?
The bank.
Yeah, thank you very much. What set did this sticker come from?
Oh,
Legarito?
the vault.
Legarito?
That's where that
I don't
came
know.
from.
I bet you that.
Yeah.
I bet you
Hold
that's
on a second.
Fabuland.
Yeah, because of the bumps on the top, right?
Well, it's a Fabuland slant Legoland piece. I've had these before Fabuland came out.
You want to go outside?
A couple of them. But that's. I'm just curious. If anybody knows, write it in the comments.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have come in one of the Western
I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I want you to leave.
Found these guys. Oh, I'm looking through some like old minifigs, and I found these like super old space dudes.
UFO, right?
Those are cool.
UFO guy.
Yeah.
Those helmets are ridiculously expensive.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
throw me a price. What are you thinking?
I mean, for a helmet. I mean, when I looked at like 5 years ago, I think they were like $10-12 a piece just for the
Oh,
helmet.
really? I've got like 5 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The gray one was really pricey.
What?
You could buy,
I don't
you
even know
could
if I
buy
have a
McDonald's
gray
meal
one.
with all those.
Now,
Like,
I don't.
yeah, I
maybe
could put
maybe I
myself-
just hit like a dry spell where someone had bought them all out. Let's say, Chris, and
Let's Bricklink it. I'm going to look up on Bricklink now.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. I'm curious because I got a bunch of those.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of these, and then this. I'm looking through a bag of stuff my friend sent me, and I found a whole bunch of these cool Native American guys, which definitely not appropriate right now.
Do they
But
have noses?
like,
Yeah,
Now,
they're
see-
the only
and this
minifigs
one-
with noses, which is
oh
bizarre.
yeah,
Except for Snake.
Watch
This
this.
is-
Kind of nose.
this is why we need Brian back because Brian be able to like rhyme off what they're worth, where they came from, what they smell like. Like, yeah.
Yeah, the Islander one is the one with the big headdress. That's South American Islander stuff. The other ones are Native American.
The South
from the
American
Western.
Islander has a belly button, which I've never seen on a minifigure. It's super goofy.
Hey, Maddie, one of those UFOs, did it have just like the blank helmet, no printing on it?
Yeah, blank, no printing.
He does?
Yeah.
That guy's worth at least $10.
Yeah.
His brasso the printing off the other one, and
Ooh, ooh. Yeah, I can just rub the printing off the other one and sell it like that. Just keep rubbing it. Really? That's crazy. Is it because like the style, like people are into that?
It was a really short run theme. Yeah. And it wasn't around or very much loved. So yeah.
Wow.
I know I have some around, but I don't know where I put them all.
Better find them.
I'm gonna go find them.
No, I don't sell Lego. Come on. I only buy Lego.
Just think how many $5 coins you could get, though.
Yeah. Well, so the story behind why I even own these is my parents gave me 40 of them for my 40th birthday. So I actually have like a stack of these things.
Oh man.
And my parents are a little kooky. They actually have they have gold buried in their backyard and stuff. They're like,
what? Wait, where is this?
What's their address?
Yeah, whereabouts are they? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I know, right?
I could see a road trip coming up for all of us.
I'm a lot closer. You have to beat me to it.
I think they may have. Actually, I don't.
Wow.
You might not be closer. Oh yeah, look at all those cool guys. Those are awesome.
Flex.
That's right. There's insectoids in there too. So sorry.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, but do you have this many Chima heads, huh? Look at all these.
Oh. Ken, no truer word, sir.
We call those Chima chunks.
Look at that guy.
Was that the Raven dude?
He's one of their vultures.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the vulture guys.
Hey Chris, I got a little something I like.
Blacktron and Space Police right there. Look at that.
So yeah, apparently we're going to be in lockdown for like ever. So my chance to grope some packaging is probably just not going to happen.
Oh, I found one. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, Dana.
There we go.
He comes out. That is really cool.
Nice.
Really cool.
Very nice. Very
Very
nice.
cool.
That's dope.
I like it.
I was on a conference call unexpectedly yesterday morning for 3 hours, and so I decided to design that in digital. And then today I went ahead and scrounged up or at least 95% of the parts, and I said, all right, let's see what it'll look like. So I'm going to call him version 1, because now that I've built him, I need to tweak him.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't want you to do that.
Tweak him?
You know, there's certain laws against man, nature, society.
Wait, it's like
Says the man who doesn't remember eating corn.
See, but that's natural. That's natural.
And actually, Gil, I thought of you in the shower today.
Oh, good. This is going good places. Yes. Were you wearing a flip shirt?
As many people don't. I'm sure that all of you do some of your deep thinking while you're in the shower, because it's the water, the flow.
Wait, you guys bathe? No.
At least once a week. So I do a lot of, it's like being on the highway. Like a lot of my Lego ideas will come while I'm driving on the highway, because I'm kind of on autopilot. Or when driving, you just sit in traffic and your mind kind of wanders on. Lego ideas happen. Well, today I was thinking about this mech, and I was thinking, well, he needs a hanger similar to like what I did for my little mech that I did for my minifigures. So I was thinking about doing like the yellow girders that I've done so many times for other things, and then I thought about your red girders for your Space Police mock that you're doing. And so I'm going to use the roller coaster track.
Oh yes,
for girders for the Met cage, as he's
awesome
in a la RoboCop inside the precinct. So when he docks this mech, it's going to have those red roller coaster tracks for the girders, and maybe I might put a little like some roller on the top so that like they can have an arm that comes down for doing mechanics and stuff like that. So that was inspiration from you, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you. That sounds awesome, though.
You got to finish and share more of that mock that you're working on.
Yeah. Actually, the interiors are done. The only thing is that I'm sorry, grab it here. I did some more of this thing.
Are you going to show some of this? Not that I don't mind being the center of attention here for a second, but yeah, there we go.
After sort of gelling a little bit with Jamie Neufeld, he said, "Yeah, it looks fine, but go back and do better."
Go back and do better.
So yeah, I sort of like tweak this a bit to give it sort of more, like put in the black here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like he said it like when he was looking at it, he's like, okay, there's too much red, there's not enough black, and it's too gray. So what he was saying was he's going to like take this
and over.
Yeah, basically, and to clad these things in black, and he said work some asymmetry in there. So a couple of these things are like one's like just a bit that's like a communication thing, and the other one's like for signaling, like for when you do like those flash signals. Again, watching Battlestar Galactica while we were building this, one of the coolest scenes in that, I don't know why I find it so neat, but when one of the ships has been taken over by the Cylon, they're not sure if it has or not. It's got a nuke on board, and they're trying to warn it off from the fleet. And those Raptors come in front of the thing, and they're transmitting by strobe light, right? So it's like stay away, stay away. I'm like, man, that just looks so cool. So yeah.
Those little arms have a very Unitron feel to it.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought of, and I'm like, ooh, I like that. Just for that reason.
And this is basically meant to be a 2-person ship with like a radio intercept officer or something in like the back. But I'm thinking, because back there's enough space, but I can't stand to have these guys lie down. It bugs me. So I'm thinking maybe some kind of droid or something that goes in the back that sort of has that classic feel to it. Maybe use like one of the old droid bodies.
Droid in the trunk, so to say.
Or I'm just happy to see it.
This may be the first time I've done the evil beard stroke.
So yeah, that's where we're going.
Mark, you've been waiting to pull that out, haven't you?
That wasn't me.
That's a good place to be. That's a good place to be, Gil.
Well timed, Chris. Well timed.
That's one of my favorite lines of The Simpsons ever, because it's James Earl Jones doing the voice, right? This is indeed a disturbing universe. It's so great.
I love it. I love it.
Theta wave? What?
So I don't know if Maddie's aware of this, or if y'all are aware of this weird old part. Remember that guy?
Wait a minute.
Oh, it's the
yeah.
That looks very phallic.
Oh, good Lord. I'm just trying to put it up on something so you can see it.
Sorry.
Oh, Maddie, yes, maybe my daughter.
Do that
Four brothers, huh?
Maybe.
Oh man.
Does that go on a castle helmet?
Yeah, it's like one of the very first. It's so fragile. It's crazy. It's actually splitting a little bit on the bottom there.
Don't do it then. Leave it on there.
I believe Chris used to tear those fins off that helmet, didn't you, Chris?
That came in the original Yellow Castle set, yes, and I wanted them as visors for my space guys, but I didn't want the feather on it. So all 4 of them, the white one, the black one, the red one, and the blue one, I pulled them up and I took fingernail clippers and snapped them off. Those things are now going for like $20, $30 a piece, just the visor.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh, really?
You're a bad man.
Are you kidding?
Oh no,
I was 10.
That's like trading it for a Crystar #1.
and this is why people don't understand. But Chris and I are kindred spirits.
Oh, and I found one of these. I do have one of these guys. That's cool.
Oh, the alien.
The gray alien guy.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is,
Going
I made
through
that.
like this bag of old Lego minifigs. Some of the printing on them is like really insane. Like this guy, what?
Oh yeah.
He has like chest
love that.
hair.
Yeah.
But my friend scratched up the whole front, so you can see he put an X on the front, and then he also put an X on the back. But
wow.
the printing on it is like, oops, sorry. The printing on it is so goofy. Like there's chest hair.
Well, it was the 70s or the 80s. I agree.
That's true.
Tom sounded like it was really big then.
Or like the all chrome. Last one, I promise. I have this all chrome helmet, which I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Like, that is so cool.
I have
So shiny.
I have a pair of those right here.
That is
I was totally going to pull those out.
So cool.
They're
Why
so
is it in this chat when somebody says I have a pair of those right here, I cringe for a moment?
Yeah.
I have many
Be
jokes,
afraid,
but I
very
will not
afraid.
be invited back.
It's just because you're jealous, Chris.
No, like pulling
That
out
is
I don't have a pair of those. I don't have a pair of those.
Oh, that's wrong.
No, but the fact
That's
that
so
Chris is
wrong.
jealous is what really makes it best.
That is it, Chris.
it's like pulling out all these like space parts and that. You can see like Dave has like chewed his fingers down to like the third knock away. I've got 47 of those right here.
Are we talking about David Cowdes?
Yeah.
He would be the one who would say, yeah, he has got like 46 of these or something like that.
Cowdice.
Cowdice?
You just start casually bring them down into the frame.
Aqua Zone. Yeah, good. Okay, never mind.
Hey, I gotta get ready to prep for the next show. I'm gonna bail.
All right, man. I'll see you.
Yeah, Bridget.
Have a good night, brother.
Thank you. Remember 9 o'clock. Twitch.JasonBlaze. Bye.
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 Yeah.
Bye.
On
Chris,
Twitch
Jason,
at 9 o'clock Eastern, Brick Blaze has a show similar to this, talking about Lego, and so you can catch that at. Dave, you can come in and brag about your Lego in here if you want to, man. There's time.
I'm gonna buy it.
That's cool.
Neat.
Mark, I've been really enjoying your bot craze. I like it.
Is this part of Dronuary or no?
Yeah, Dronuary. This is the little dude I built last week.
Still my fave. Still my fave.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yep. There's little green dude.
I saw one the other day where the chainsaws were used as like a track kind of thing, and that
snowmobile.
No, it was like a small bot like this, and this guy had named them all, and the name of the thing was Sawballs.
I'm offended.
I'm looking at it,
There would be an alternate version that would just be Sawball.
I'm looking at it like, yeah, I can kind of see it, but I think he really just built this thing to hang the name on it. Like, I don't think it grew out of the build.
I should probably go give attention to my wife because she just got home, and I've been in here with you bunch of old dudes and Maddie. So,
hey, Maddie's an old dude now. She's giving as good as she's taking, so that's all right.
Did I make the status of old dude yet?
Yes.
Okay.
yay!
Rejoice.
Rejoice. Cringe. However you want to look at it.
Cringe. Run away. Run away. Run far away.
Run away.
Hey,
Right,
Jeff,
so-
do you have some live streams or anything going on this week?
I did today. I'm going to. So, at the end of this week is the last Sunday of the month. So that's not really a Lego, but it's definitely a mental health awareness, a check up on people, and go from there. But starting next week, I'm going to be doing one every day. One live stream every day for up to an hour where I'm rebuilding my police station to where I want it to be. So I'm finally going to be doing that. That'll probably be around 8 o'clock Eastern time, so a little later, but I'll go for an hour and then I'll stop. I might have guests. I'll probably have guests because building by myself and sitting there for an hour is horrible. So
that's part of the reason why I haven't done a stream, because
I'll send y'all shouts. And if y'all want to let people know. Yeah. But if y'all want to, I'll send y'all shouts. See if you want to show up. You want to show up, great. If not, that's okay too. But I also got to get to work on, I think this week at one point, I got that Ferrari for Christmas, and I'm going to steal Gil's design and turn it into a space Ferrari.
Nice.
Yeah, so
awesome.
All right. But anyway, you guys take care. Thanks for having me. As always, have a wonderful night. Be kind to each other. Wear a mask. Love you all. Bye.
Later, Jeff.
See you,
man. Minifigure Collector just said the rarest is a 5-point crystal in chrome silver. So I pulled out my box of treasure. And is this what he's talking about?
Yep.
Oh, wow. I've got a lot of these guys because we had a lot of Aqua sets. And I think these came in the Aqua, right?
Are they really rare?
I don't know. I need to look it up.
Yeah.
I just have the Aqua Zone. I got a bunch of them too.
Yeah, okay. I the flat ones from the Arctic sets, but I love that piece though.
Yeah, the chrome comes off of them like anything that's been chromed by Lego, right? Enough of it in your mouth,
if you rub it or really hard, or
You can't just say that, Rich.
No.
Why?
Chris, I want you to know I have self-censored myself.
Gil is actually biting his thumb. I can see the blood coming out right now.
Yeah.
All I'm thinking is something about a trailer hitch, and that's the reference I'm stopping at.
I was thinking about the town bike myself, but
here we go.
You know, I was just telling that friend of mine who's minister up north here. I was just telling about this thing. I said, you know, it's great. It's a good time. He said, you know, it's Chris puts it on, and you know, it's a good wholesome time. He said until it totally falls off the rails and it basically melts into the gutter like some sort of smelter.
Yes.
Self-censoring award.
Me. So this week on the show on Thursday, we're going to talk about minifigs a little bit. We actually never really have delved into the minifig world, and I know you've been doing some minifig stuff, right, Dana? So,
well, it's an ongoing thing for us in Peach Lug. We gravitate towards minifigures because we love minifigures. So yeah, we've got another challenge going on right now to do a vignette or an homage to something from the Series 21. So I think it'd be a perfect time for us to talk about minifigures.
Yeah. By the way, does anybody have the little airplane girl? I need to borrow her. That's the one that I want to use. Jake and I we've come up with an idea for her. So I need to go find that mystery minifigure myself.
You should just go to Kohl's.
I think I saw a cat sighting in Maddie's.
Sorry.
I closed the door. I closed the door once we went live today, so I didn't have a Chris, I've got one. I might even have an extra one. I have to double check if I do, but I still have those 6 Space Police and 5 Space Police and 5 miners for you too. So
yes,
I thought you were talking about cats, and you definitely have an extra one.
Well, I do have an extra cat. Yes, I have 5. 5. Oh wait. Can I do this? I mean, it might border on talking about my, a house. Nope, never mind. My phone hasn't updated to my computer yet, so I can't share. But yeah, so this evening was the first day that we actually had all 5 cats in the kitchen, all having dinner at the same time.
Oh,
so who died?
It was me. Literally, I joke about that bulk lug, me doing bulk lug as the administrator or for Peach Lug is like herding cats. I am actually herding cats today because I was having to keep some cats from eating other cats' food and doing this juggling thing. It was crazy. We have a friend of ours in the lug who has does Shannon have 11 cats? Is that what the count is?
Really?
There have been some fatalities. They are under 10 now.
Oh, they are under 10 now?
Lee Ward had 11.
Maddie, you have 7? Oh,
Wow.
So you understand exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, 5 of them are in the basement and called a catio because if they're in our normal house, they will like pee on stuff and whatever. And then there's one blind cat and the cat that you just saw walk across, and they stay in the main house. But it's better than having them in a shelter and they're happy in the basement. But it is a lot of cats, and I definitely understand what you mean by like needing a broomstick to when they're eating. Like
A boomstick. Oh,
It's all hurting.
yeah, it could be bad.
Yeah.
Bad. It's hurting cats. It's like you go over this. Yeah.
Because realistically, like Lego enthusiasts, they all have an opinion of their own, and dealing with each one of them is like dealing with a Lego enthusiast.
I cannot imagine.
Can you imagine having like four more bows?
Well, Bo's just laying around somewhere. He doesn't care.
Don't get me wrong, Chris. I mean, right now, if I was to walk out into the house, probably all 5 cats have found their corner or place in the house and are sleeping right now. But around ass o'clock, they will all wake up and go crazy through the house. There we are. There I am. Yeah. Yeah. I love that commercial. And the funny thing is that's an IT commercial. So, Dave, that's what it's like, isn't it? I know you know. Working IT is like herding cats. We do.
Yep.
So my one just got back from the vet, and we found out that she had hyperthyroidism, which explains why she was always starving. Are those worth a lot?
Starving for crystals.
Yeah, actually, Matt, you posted
Mark
that one
flexing with the
picture
blade there.
you posted that one picture to either Facebook or Instagram, can't remember, where you're sort of lounging around shirtless with the cat, and between like the chest, the beard, and the cat, I'm like, I don't know where Matt starts and the cat starts.
I'm not that blonde.
I have not seen this picture. I don't think I want to.
I'm actually going to probably stay off Instagram for a couple of days until the algorithm far enough down my feed.
It was a
Okay,
picture.
so I've got more of your crossover comic guys with your Secret Wars.
Ooh.
Change the subject.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. We got
That's
Optimus
issue,
Prime.
issue number 2, right? Isn't it? I think.
Four. Issue
Four.
number, because this is the trade paperback of those first 4 issues.
No, I don't think that's 4 though, man. I think 4 is where they all get killed at the end. I think that's like 2 or 3.
Oh, that sounds like
Spoiler
a fun
alert.
comic.
It's
Well,
all
like every other Marvel comic book from back then.
This doesn't actually say on it how many issues it is. It's all
Right.
just one page in here somewhere.
Numbers, business, something or other.
There's a G.I. Joe comic where one of the pilots gives one of the other pilots a toy for his kid, and it's jet fire.
Oh,
Says,
wow.
here you go, and stuff, but he calls him Megatron. So
Which is classic because parents have no clue, so they're going to call it what they think it is. Like
yeah, yeah.
every TIE fighter pilot is called Darth Vader
Yeah.
at a baseball game for Star Wars night.
And that's what won one of the letter writers the coveted No Prize was
Yes.
that exclamation.
Yes.
Mhm.
So,
Yes.
Excuse me.
The
Excuse me.
Gil, props for you for bringing up the coveted No Prize.
What, has he gone to get his no prize?
Means he might be a while. Because
No, I see the back bacon sizzling, so he's cooking. So
I am talking to my friends right now. Excuse me.
oh, good. I finally found a good. Like argument gif. Here we go.
Oh yes. Oh man. Oh man.
Ow. Ow.
Hey, did you pull me into town?
That movie, like I did not understand it when it came out, but give me some age and time. That's great. That movie is great.
Are you saying you understand it now?
No, I don't understand it now.
Oh, okay.
No,
You're
obviously
hoping
not.
that someday you might.
Yeah.
It's like, wait.
But some of the things that happen in there, you're just like, what? Like, he goes to work for an egg farm, and then for lunch, he eats an egg salad and dreams about eggs, and he's like, oh, and you're like, no.
I still haven't figured out in the movie why he throws the action figure out on the string and drags it behind the bus. It's hilarious. I'm like, but I don't understand why.
Right. No, like I'm saying, like those things are funny, but they don't make any sense. And I think that was like kind of the whole point of
Maybe
the
he's
movie.
trying to reenact an Indiana Jones thing.
I love
Could
it.
be. Could be.
Because that's what happens in, when he's trying to get the ark off that truck. He's dragged behind the truck by his whip, and he tries to climb back up and get it.
Maybe that's it. What were you saying, Matt?
When that movie came out, I had 4 or 5 people tell me, "Oh, this movie is so funny. You have to watch it. You have to watch it." So I sit down, play the movie, and I'm waiting for like a butt-gusting laugh moment. And I never got any the first time. And I'm like, I feel so tricked. Like, this movie is just not that funny. And then over the next week, I started saying lines back out loud, like Tina.
Yeah,
And,
Tina.
like the humor in the movie, you almost have to watch it once to then watch it a second time and say all the funny parts. But it's not funny in the way that I expected. It's funny in a different way.
You fell prone to the classic blunder of people hyping the movie before you saw it.
But it is funny.
It is. I mean, Austin Powers. We hadn't seen it originally, the first movie, and then somebody told us, you gotta watch it. And we sat there and we're like, oh my God, this is so dumb. But then like a week later, we're quoting lines, and it's like now become one of our favorite movies. And so it's a classic thing that does it. The Cable Guy went to see it in the movie theater and just walked out going, what the hell did we just spend money on? And it's probably one of the funniest dark comedies I've ever seen. And you have to appreciate it till later. And so on this vein, and yes, I'm on a 2-minute TED Talk. The Young Frankenstein. Dumb and Dumber, another one. That's a perfect example. You watch it the first time, like, what am I watching? And then you can't stop laughing about it later. But to me, Young Frankenstein, Mel Brooks is a genius. Prove me wrong. I dare you. Mel Brooks is a genius. Blazing Saddles was one of my favorite movies when I was in high school. Yep. Watched Young Frankenstein when I was in high school, and it wasn't funny.
What?
10 years later, when I was 28, and I watched it again, I was in tears. My wife was coming out of the kitchen wanting to know what was wrong because I was laughing uncontrollably because it took time for really a lot of the things to make more relevant sense to me. So that's the end of my TED Talk.
Thanks, Dad.
I think Maddie said it better.
Oh,
more nostalgia. I said another 2 minutes, so it's probably better.
I thought I had that comic.
Time and wisdom, or something like that.
Something like that.
I thought I had that comic that Mark was showing, but I'm not there. But I did find this, which is great and depresses me at the same time.
Some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right. So it's number 10. So apparently it's a big deal because it is the first appearance of the sports dude with the mask, Casey Jones.
Yeah. Casey Jones.
So it's like it's a huge deal. But of course, if you can look at it in the, I don't know if I can catch the light.
It's a little warped.
You see the ridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because it was underwater.
Yeah.
During the flood. Yeah.
I feel for you, brother. I feel for you.
Yeah, no. I don't know if I've mentioned it before that my brother had the original run of Fantastic Four. Oh. So I read the comic, the first appearance of Silver Surfer and Galactus and all that stuff. The very classic tale, this man, this monster, where the Thing gets the opportunity to not be the Thing anymore, and this other guy who became the Thing then sacrificed. This is a great, one of the best comic book stories ever. I read those until the covers came off when I was a kid in the 70s. These printed in the 60s, and now I could put my kid through college if those were still in the shape that they were new. And so my brother will not let me forget that either.
Yep.
You read them till they fell apart.
I did, and that made
What you were
Jack
supposed
Kirby
to
became the man.
Yeah, you're kind of supposed to read them.
All right,
Like this one
gaze
too
upon
got like the
this.
same.
Gaze upon this.
That got like the same hit, and that's number 3, first run. So this thing in decent condition is like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I mean, it's probably still worth something.
So,
now.
Gil, when I was in college, I took all my comics with me to college for some strange reason because I thought I was going to stay in Colorado. And then, so eventually my comic books made it back to me through a third party. But I had issues 3 through 20 first editions. Issues 1 and 2 were second edition for TMNT. Those were the issues that were not in my boxes when they came back.
Oh.
Yeah. So sad.
Somebody rifled you.
Yeah, I got shook. But the funny thing is, I bet you if I went and rattled some doors in my fraternity for my fraternity brothers, I bet you I could find the guy who probably still has them. He would probably give them back. But
Wait! You were a frat guy?
What about me says that I wouldn't have been?
I don't know. Being a nerd, I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's true. No, it's. I won't derail this conversation, but I was the guy on my university who would do what was referred to as rush tours. So I would take freshmen around to introduce them to all the fraternities on our campus. And literally at almost every house we went to, I knew a lot of the guys, and I was greeted as if I was a member because I knew all these guys. So the thing is that with my group, that was the guess is what house me and the other guy were that would go through the university, and everybody would say, "Oh, you had to be this house. You had to be this house. You had to be this house." And they purposely made my house the last house on the list. And then, sure enough, when we finally got there, they're like, "Oh yeah, this is definitely your house." But the fun thing is that every house we went to, I could have been a member at any fraternity in my college. So, yeah, I was definitely very Greek, I guess you would say, how you want to look at that.
And then
I just can't see. I can't see you like being like Animal House crazy though. Like that part just doesn't.
I could.
If you watch Animal House, and actually, I think the better perspective of a fraternity is to watch Dead Poet Society. But Revenge of the Nerds is also good reference. But if you remember, the guys who were in charge at Animal House, they weren't like crazy like John Belushi. They were your calculating guys who were doing whatever they needed to do for whatever they needed to do. So, yeah. Oh.
At my college, the fraternity people were nuts. Like,
well, at my university, and the funny thing was that the University of Denver had, I think our undergrad was like only like 3,000 or something crazy like that. It was a really small university. But 80% of the student body was Greek. So it's basically like you were in the Greek system or you lived off campus. That was kind of the way it was. So it was kind of fun things.
I think that like here, frat houses. I mean, I don't know if Nathan similar experience, but like they're just they didn't exist here for the most part.
It's a very, I mean, that's a very United States kind of thing.
I think so.
Which is, and the funny thing is, a lot of the fraternities started in Europe and had grassroots in Europe, and then came over here, and then where things got really crazy was actually when the baby boomers came, or when the baby boomers, or not the baby boomers, the GIs came home, and that's when fraternities got a little more interesting. In not necessarily in a good way.
Right.
So there are some bad stories along the way. So
I will just say
some weird U-turns today.
Yes, this has been the messiest of all the messy Mondays, I would have to say. And that's okay. That's actually been pretty good. Actually, and we're right at an hour, just almost an hour and 30 minutes. So we'll start to wind this thing down. But thank you for all of you Canadians. Canadians almost outnumbering us today. We're glad you're here.
Wait, you didn't throw up the sign.
Got across the bottom for 2 fingers.
That's right.
Hey, it's an infiltrator. Dana's an infiltrator.
I love it that your gang signs are almost as white as. Never mind.
As
anyway. Thank y'all for joining us. I hope you'll catch us on Thursday for Thursday Night Live. We will be talking about minifigs, some of our favorites, one of the ones that we have the most of, maybe our favorite, and we'll talk about the vignettes and stuff like that. And Rich will also be showing us more Lego cabinets while we talk. And so
I'm installing these in my new place.
Woo, that's cool. If you have Twitch and you've got another hour to spare at 9 o'clock Eastern time, 8 o'clock Central, Brick Blaze, who is over here, he will be doing his Twitch Lego chat, and I'll probably be showing up on that a little bit later. So join him on that. That would be great. And join us back here on Thursday for Thursday Night Live. We're glad you're here. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. Have a great night. Maddie, we're sorry if we caused you any sort of trauma.
I'm still here. So.
You want to be my great granddaughter?
And we're going to end with that. Thank you, Rich. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.